First of all, see, I didn't do nothing to him. So let's go back to the first of all. The first of all is there has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true, and has really tried to stain my legacy. I've always been a person, I'm gonna fight for my reputation. I'm gonna fight for the honorable man I am, the righteous king that I am.
It's the same monster that these Me Too bitches was trying to tell you about. But they hate the monster for how it fucks. And I hate that monster for how it eats.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Dave Chapelle, the legendary comedian known for his hilarious and thought-provoking humor, has recently shocked the entertainment world with his latest revelation. According to Chappelle, the top brass of Hollywood's elite is secretly plotting against none other than rapper Kanye West. In a recent interview, Chappelle fearlessly spoke out against the supposed scheme, revealing that he is the only one brave enough to expose it. This explosive statement has sent shockwaves throughout Tinseltown, leaving many wondering if Chappelle's allegations are indeed true. With insiders suggesting that there is more to this story than meets the eye, one thing is for sure, this is one showbiz saga that you won't want to miss. Stay tuned for the scoop.
What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to kill me"?
The entertainment industry is a complex web of power, and Kanye West has been unafraid to speak out against its questionable practices. But as Dave Chapelle, one of Kanye's closest friends, has revealed, this has put the rapper in the crosshairs of certain powerful players. These individuals see Kanye as a threat to their status quo and are using unethical tactics to silence him. In fact, some insiders claim that silencing Kanye is more desirable to these influential figures than allowing him to continue speaking his truth. It's a disturbing reality, and one that Chappelle, a veteran of the entertainment industry, knows all too well. In a revealing interview with Oprah Winfrey, Chappelle shared his own experiences of pressure and attempted control early in his career. Chappelle's insights into the inner workings of Hollywood elites have caused a global stir, and with good reason. As the entertainment industry continues to grapple with issues of power and control, it's clear that voices like Kanye's, and those willing to stand up for them, are more important than ever.
Trying to get me to take psychotic medication. Yeah, like I'm sitting around, I was stressed out, but the people that were telling me I was insane, I believe that they knew what was going on.
Dave's reputation as an intelligent person is well earned, and he's had his eyes on these issues for quite some time. He's always been strategic in choosing which battles to fight, knowing that some battles are more dangerous than others. In fact, he's personally witnessed some disturbing events taking place in the entertainment industry.
I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out. I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid,
According to Dave, his own experiences have taught him that the best way to protect himself from malevolent individuals is to distance himself from them. He's seen how they manipulate situations, misuse diagnoses and medication, and even label people as crazy to discredit them. It's a disturbing reality that he's all too aware of. It's a reality that Kanye West also spoke out about, claiming that the industry is disappearing people and using them as sacrifices. Unfortunately, his claims were initially dismissed as the ravings of a madman. But with Dave's revelations, it's clear that there may be more truth to Kanye's words than anyone realized.
Son, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
Yeezy fans have stood by their idol through all of this, saying, "I've never doubted Kanye. Up to this day, I believe everything that comes out of his mouth." Another added, "The industry is wicked to the death." The fashion world was rocked when Kanye West showed up at the Paris fashion show wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt, sparking outrage and controversy. Despite facing widespread criticism, Kanye continued to express his polarizing views, even accusing P. Diddy of abandoning him in his time of need. It seems that Diddy has had enough of Kanye's behavior and is now threatening to make an example out of him. Adding to the drama, Kanye has made shocking claims about a physical altercation that took place between Diddy and Drake at his Yeezy Season 1 fashion show. According to Ye, Jay-Z had to intervene to break up the fight. It's just the latest twist in the ongoing saga of Kanye's turbulent career. Despite the backlash he's facing, Kanye remains unafraid to speak his mind. In a recent appearance on the Lex Fridman podcast, he shared his thoughts on a range of topics, from the media to the U.S. election. During one of his signature stream of consciousness rants, he briefly mentioned the backstage scuffle between Diddy and Drake at his fashion show back in 2015. It's clear that Kanye is never afraid to stir up controversy, no matter what the consequences may be. This fashion show was so popular that Justin Bieber had to sit in the second row. Kanye says, at that time, Puff Daddy had beef with Drake. Drake still came to the show and Jay-Z had to break up the fight backstage. And while some fans do believe Kanye's claims, many of them are worried about his life and are now hinting that Kanye shouldn't spill Diddy's secrets. He's starting to tell other rappers business. He might not be around breathing for much longer, especially Diddy's little secrets. I'm just saying, but Kanye West didn't stop there. In fact, he went even further in expressing his opinions on a podcast, causing quite a commotion in the process. He made a number of statements that left people talking, and some of his comments were so controversial that the interview was eventually removed from YouTube.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard, hold on. Okay. All you fake hard.
During the podcast, West didn't hold back, calling out Jay-Z for failing to visit his family after Kim Kardashian was robbed at gunpoint in Paris. It was just one of many explosive statements that West made during the interview, leaving many wondering what he'll say next.
I don't got no celebrity friends because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these.
Later, reports revealed that while on his St. Pablo tour in Seattle, West told the crowd, "Don't call me after the robbery and say how you feeling. You want to know how I'm feeling? Come by the house. Bring the kids by the house. Like their brothers? Let's sit down." He added, "I can't take this shit, bro. Our kids have never even played together." During West's Sacramento show, he went after Jay-Z again. "Call me, bruh. You still ain't calling me. Jay-Z, call me. Bruh, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man." Shortly after his performance, West was admitted to a hospital for exhaustion and forced to cancel the rest of his tour. Meanwhile, a source had told Page 6 that Jay-Z was only able to deal with West for a limited amount of time. Jay can't stand him. They said he looks at him as this crazy, eccentric mother. And so began the explosive rise and dramatic falling out of two of the biggest names in the music industry, Jay-Z and Kanye West. In a candid interview with Charlamagne Tha God, West opened up about the strained relationship between him and Jay-Z, which only worsened after the Carters failed to attend his wedding. West held nothing back as he shared his thoughts on the situation, revealing just how deep the rift between the two had become. He revealed, "I was hurt about them not coming to the wedding. I understand they were going through some things, but if it's family, you're not going to miss a wedding." It is also necessary to mention that as of the time of the interview, West had apparently not yet talked directly to Jay-Z about the whole thing. "I don't think I ever asked him that question directly. What really hurt me, you can't bring my kid or my wife into it," Jay-Z later said in a radio interview. "We've gotten past bigger issues, but you brought my family into it. Now it's a problem with me." The 99 Problems rapper added, "You know it's a problem because me and him would have been talked about it, been resolved our issues. And he knows crossed the line. He knows, and I know he knows. Pause, we've never let this much space go between one of our disagreements and we've had many. That's part of who we are." Well, some people on social media seem to have Kanye's back on this one because they think Jay-Z's intentions are not pure. One of them tweeted, "The Jay-Z-Kanye feud goes deep. Kanye West has never shied away from shedding light on the darker side of the music industry. His statements on the matter are worth examining."
If you go to Apple right now, go to Apple Music. Let's load up the top 10 songs. I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killing.
In no uncertain terms, he has accused the media of profiting off the sacrifices of black people, and for his bold claims, he says the system has silenced him. It's clear that many people admire West for taking a stand against this injustice.
The truth is this, a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is...
And the concerns West raises are not unfounded. Black artists and rappers are all too often the victims of violent crime, and it would be foolish to think that this is not at all connected to the culture perpetuated through their music.
The industry's obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours.
The record labels are the ones behind young black men moving towards violence and drugs because of the profit they stand to gain from it.
Not just one. They're promoting black. The red media is making money off of blacks being serial killers to each other. Also misogynistic.
Kanye West has been vocal about the exploitation of black rappers by the media, shedding light on a problem that few public figures have dared to address. Despite the alarming number of black artists being murdered, violence continues to be promoted through their music. However, rap is more than just lyrics and beats. The negative portrayal of black people in the media has a severe impact on the black community itself. To make matters worse, record labels are actively encouraging this destructive behavior. When black artists rap about drugs and violence, it generates buzz and puts them in the spotlight, which is exactly what the labels want: exposure at any cost. However, the consequences of this strategy extend beyond the damage to these artists' reputations. It also promotes the use of drugs and guns in the black community, perpetuating a cycle of self-destruction.
At the end of the day, our enemy isn't a man from another race but the devil, who is trying to make us fight so that we don't succeed together. Kanye said what he said because of what he's been observing.
It's crucial that we acknowledge the alarming situation at hand. Kanye's assertions are increasingly proving to be accurate, with black musicians experiencing greater peril and suffering. We cannot turn a blind eye to this any longer. We must take action immediately and eradicate these detrimental factors from the music industry before it's too late. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.